It's like, am I the a-hole for, you know, I don't know. Wee. Honka. Honka. Oh yeah, I want to add something for my Mario Kart streams where I want to keep track of how many wins and how many losses we get. Ba-da-bow. In your opinion, am I the a-hole? Exactly. Sorry. I said that I would be yapping, but I feel like I'm not yapping. Let's see. What can I yap about? Oh, maybe I can try to come up with my own Am I the a-hole? Sorry, also wait, let me turn down the game a little bit. Let's see, what have I done recently that... I'm trying to think of something. See, I avoid, like, all, like... I avoid wondering if I'm the a-hole just by that I don't interact with people. I don't talk to people or, like, I don't interact with people, so I never feel like I will ever be the a-hole just because I don't talk to people. I never have a chance to be the a-hole, because I never talk to people. But... let's see... I mean, the only time I feel like I was ever really a jerk or like a butthole was probably when I was a kid, and I think like most kids are buttholes anyway. Let me think of like the worst thing I've ever done. What is the worst thing I've ever done? I think a lot of the worst things I've done. Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't tell that story on stream. There are probably some stories I shouldn't tell on stream, but like, I'd say the worst things I've done when I was a kid was like, you know, because you want to fit in with everybody, and like I remember like my friends would bully this one girl. My friends would bully the new girl in our class, and I remember I would just play along with it because I wanted to fit in with my friends. But that was definitely not cool. That was probably one of the worst. Like, I still think about that. I feel so bad. Because I would just like make fun of this girl because I wanted to fit in with my friends. And I remember it got to the point where like she would be crying because my friends would like make fun of her so much. Like, it's so sad. And then I later saw that girl in college. I was at like a freshman orientation, and then I was sitting like right behind her. And I was like, hey, we went to the same elementary school. That was probably one of the worst things I did. Let me think. I feel like probably the worst things I've done, I'm like, I don't know, have you guys ever seen the show The Good Place? I'm like Cheaty, where it's like, I feel like in my head, I don't mean to do bad things, obviously. Like, I would never ever want to do bad things, but I think it's my, like, I think it's a lot of my like overthinking and like because I'm so scared and timid of doing bad things that I inadvertently do bad things. Like, no, 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 no! Doop-a-doop. I think... Yeah, I don't know. Not to toot my own horn, I think I'm a pretty decent person. I don't know if I would say I'm a good person, but I think I'm a decent person. At the very least, I think I'm a decent person. I remember... Not the a-hole. Exactly. I remember this one time in 5th grade, some kids in my class were getting in an argument because nobody wanted to put the... Nobody wanted to clean up the, like, the kickball. And then finally, like, I was just, like, standing there, like, watching these people argue over not wanting to bring the ball back to the classroom, and I was like, and I was just like, okay, you know, I'll do it. And then my teacher saw that, and she's like, you know what, Chase? That's such a good deed. You can have a candy from the candy bin. Oops. Me. Only tryhards. Yeah. So I think about that a lot. I think... Like, yeah, because everybody was just arguing over, like, who had to put away the... Who had to clean up the toys, and then I finally just said, you know what, I'll do it. And I feel like that's something that, like... That's something that I feel like I still sort of carry today, where it's like, I'll just do whatever just so that I don't have to, just so that nobody else has to, like, argue about it, like... Like, if somebody doesn't want to take out the trash and it, like, turns into a whole thing, like, I'll just do it, whatever. No worries, it's just that the auto mod thought try hard was like a bad... was a bad word. Oh, and then there was this other time... There was this one time in 5th grade where, we were in class and like we were trying to decide who was gonna be like the class leader or something. And then I remember like people wanted to vote me to be like the class leader. And then like this one kid that sat in front of me got really jealous to the point where he started like turning around and kicking me in the shin. And I remember just being like, what? Like every few minutes he would just turn around and then kick me in the shin. Because everyone wanted me to be the class leader and not him. And I mean, all these years later, I don't care. Like, I don't hold that against anybody, but like... I remember even at the time, this girl I sat next to, she was like, wait, we should tell the teacher that he kept kicking you in the shin. And even then I was just like, no, it's fine, like, whatever. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. And then she ended up telling the teacher, and then, I don't know. Like, even then I was just like, whatever. It's whatever. My shins are all bruised up, but I don't want to make a whole thing about it. But that was crazy. Doop-a-doo. What else was I doing in school? Yeah, I have some silly stories too. This one time, I've told this story many times, but this one time in 5th grade, I wanted to show my friend this trick, cause I had developed this trick where I could put a piece of grass up my nose and it would come out of my mouth. And I remember I wanted to show my friend, but he was hanging out with this girl that he liked. And so when I showed him and this girl this trick where I put a piece of grass up my nose and made it come out of my mouth, he got mad at me and started kicking me. And then one of the teachers saw this happening and then reported me and my friend to the principal, and I got in trouble. It was like the worst trouble I've ever got. I've never ever gone to the principal's office because I'm such a good kid. And so like I was in the principal's office and I was just like weeping, like crying and like bawling my eyes out. Because I never been to the principal. I never got in trouble that badly before. And then I remember I was like I was like a really good kid. So like when my teacher heard about this, it like totally caught her off guard. Like she was like baffled. And so I had to explain to her that I was putting grass up my nose and making it come out of my mouth. And I remember she like told me like, oh, well, like maybe don't do that because it's not sanitary. But yeah. You know. Yeah, I was like a really good kid. At least in terms of like, I mean, you know, grades, not in terms of grades, but like, I think grades I was fine. I was okay with grades, but like, especially in terms of like getting in trouble, I was really good. Like I never ever, all throughout school, I never knew what the principal's office even looked like. Elementary school, the only time was, yeah, because I got in trouble for putting grass up my nose. Middle school, I had to go to the principal's office once because one of my friends had a library book that was stolen, and the principal thought that it was one of my other friends who stole it, so I was basically just a witness. I remember getting called into the office and I was just like, oh, like what? I've never ever been called into the office. Because it was like the thing where it was like the security guard would come to your class and be like, oh, I'm looking for Chase. And I was like, what? I never ever had that happen. So that was the only time in middle school. And then high school, I never ever went to the principal's office. The only time I went to the office in high school was because I wanted to see the counselor because I realized I needed therapy really badly. I went to the school counselor. But yeah. Ah! I have a question for you guys because it's something that I was thinking about recently. Do you guys think it's weird? Sorry, wait. That was like super... Do you guys think it's weird? My voice went really high there. Do you guys think it's weird as a male to, you know, to just catch up with a female friend over like lunch or coffee or something? Because I was thinking about doing that recently, or I was thinking of maybe messaging an old friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while and seeing like maybe if she wanted to catch up over coffee or something, but not in like a, not in a, you know, in a very platonic way. But I don't know. I don't know if that's like weird. I don't know if that's a weird thing to do. In today's society. Cause yeah, I just want to catch up like as a friend. I don't know. How do you do that? Yikes. Boop, 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 boop. Manga. Okay. do. Sorry, I'm like multitasking. Oh god. Go. Am I in last place? Oh no, I hate that. That's like the most degrading thing that could happen in a Mario Kart race is when you can't even finish. The game just thinks you're so bad that you can't even finish. Alright. Do. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I should I say, I don't care. Like, something that I've been doing recently is that I've been using ChatGPT as like my therapist. Because sometimes I just don't know. Like, sometimes I just need like I need to ask somebody, and like who better to ask than ChatGPT? ChatGPT will always be there for me. So I've been messaging ChatGPT a lot about like things going on in my life. I recently asked ChatGPT about oh crap, I was going somewhere with that. What was I gonna say? I was gonna talk about something that I was talking to ChatGPT about recently. Crap. I just totally lost my train of thought. Well, I don't know. I can think, what have I been talking to ChatGPT about? Like, I've been asking ChatGPT a lot about, like, you know, I have a tough time navigating relationships in general. Whether it is friendships or, like, actual romantic relationships. And, you know, so sometimes I just ask ChatGPT for help. And, I think I've definitely learned that... Well, I've learned that, like... I've learned that a lot of times... I feel like... Ow! A lot of times I feel like I have to just kind of isolate myself and totally not have a social life. Because sometimes, well, the thing is, I think I'm just such an empath. I'm such an empath that, like, when I interact with people, I get very invested in it, which is probably, you know, it's probably not the healthiest thing, but, like, you know, I really care about friendships and stuff. I care about having relationships with people. So, like, when I have relationships with people, I get really, like, I care about it a lot. But then sometimes it comes at the cost of me not being able to have my own goals and stuff, or like not focusing on my goals and successes. Like, I think about how during COVID times, during pandemic times, when, you know, I was very much alone, and just doing my own thing, I think I had the most success in like my YouTube channel and Twitch and stuff. Because I only cared about that. Like I was so isolated that all I wanted to do was make videos and stream. So I was very isolated, like no social life. So then, yeah, I was thinking about how I wonder if like, I don't know how like healthy it is, but sometimes I feel like by completely shutting myself out of the outside world, I actually have a better, I actually see more results in like me trying to do my own, have my own hobbies and like goals and like successes. So I don't know. I was thinking about that today. Like, what do I do in that situation? Because yeah, I really care about the relationships that I have with other people, but at the same time, I feel like I like succeed the most when I'm just by myself and alone, which is so sad. Because why would anybody want to be alone? By the way, I just remembered, speaking of friendships, what are those things called? Labubu. My friends are really into Labubu. I don't think they're watching this, so hopefully they're not watching this, but I just thought of this randomly when, I was driving today. I was like, oh, my friends are super duper into Labubu. Maybe I should get them a custom Labubu. Oh god, it's like $100. Wait, but that would be so cute. Ah. Aw, the only problem is that, yeah, I don't have that kind of money. $150 for a custom Labubu? Ow! Damn it. I saw it coming and everything. Bloop, 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 bloop. No! But... Dude, are you guys ready for new Mario Kart? That's crazy that we're getting a new Mario Kart. I'm so hyped. Also, you know how everybody's talking about the Joy-Con mouse feature? My fear with the Joy-Con mouse feature is that, like, what if you don't have a flat surface available at the time? Like, imagine you're just playing on your couch or something. Well, I guess on your couch you have a flat surface, but like, what if you're playing on, like, I don't know, if you're playing at the park? How are you gonna get a flat surface to use your Joy-Con mouse? Wait, it's so expensive. Okay, I think I'm done. I think we're done with Mario Kart for the night. Oh.